Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your sex and relationships monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Libra. and I'm back using my Decameron tarot deck. This is an erotic deck, so I am disclaiming now that this video is going to contain erotic sexual images, content, and language. Okay, so this is where, if you're looking for my regular videos, those are going to be coming out mid-September. I'll be back using my regular Shadowscapes deck then, but I wanted to do some fun sex and relationship videos because, there's a lot of heavy stuff out there right now, and I wanted to lighten the mood. Speaking of lightening the mood, the card that's on the bottom of the deck is the 69, the Zebra 69 card, okay? So we're going to start out there, Libra. This card is a card that I made up. It's hot, passionate sex with much foreplay, which may or may not include the 69 position. Ooh la la, that's what I wrote. That's the first card. Let me lay out the rest of the spread. The card that's crossing you is this card, which is a card that indicates, usually it indicates kind of rushing into things, sleeping with somebody on the first date, or sleeping with somebody soon after you meet them, or just having a very strong sense of playfulness in the bedroom. I wrote fun times can indicate sex that is not serious or about commitment. Someone wanting just sex because it will be fun. A girl who's not sure where the relationship is going can also indicate that. It also says be careful to understand what each other wants in a relationship, okay? It can indicate having sex kind of like too soon after you meet someone. So, to me it's like, to me the story is, ooh la la, you're on track to having really wild sex, okay? And this card is very playful. So I'm going to go with saying that it's all good fun, but the question is, where is your relationship going? That's the question. I feel like you may just be kind of non-committal right now. In the beginning of September, you're just kind of non-committal. You might just want to have fun. You may just not even want a relationship. You may be sleeping with one, potentially even two women that, but they want to know where it's going, but you don't really want commitment. So you need to I would suggest having that conversation with them before. I don't know it's going to kind of limit your play, but I would still be honest. Still be as honest as possible. Be honest with yourself too. If it's not commitment you're looking for, that's okay. But tell people, okay, and tell yourself, be like, I'm just looking to have fun, and not be in a committed relationship. Now, I will say that all women, even if you tell them you don't want to commit a relationship, they'll sleep with you anyways, thinking that you will commit to them, because either they're going to blow your mind with the blowjob they give you, or they're going to blow your mind with how many crazy sexual positions that they can do, a split on your penis or whatever that they think that they can do. However, it's not going to change your mind. So you need to really reiterate to them very strongly that it's not really about commitment. You're looking for just to have a good time. And be mindful that all women think this, okay? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Just be mindful of that fact. Now, in the distant past, you have the card about, having a hard time getting over someone. This is the death card, okay? It's kind of a weird image, but, she's not wearing much clothes, but really, it indicates being in love with someone who has either passed away, or an ex-lover, or like an old lover, okay? And not being ready to move on yet for some reason. Like, you're hung up on the past. Like, you're hung up on somebody like that you haven't even talked to for like many, many years, potentially longer than that. So that's a long time. This is not getting over. You're not really over it. this is lusting after someone who's not in your life, okay? So, ladies, be very cautious about waiting for a guy to come back if, you know, you haven't talked to him for a really long time, okay? There's really no point. It's really better to move on because chances are you're not going to hear from him again. Again, you have some cards that, you know, you do have this card about animal attraction, and reciprocating, being very considerate. I do think Libras are very considerate lovers. You know, because it's all about fairness, right? So Libras are all about doing what's fair. It says animal attraction, pleasure and equality, and orgasm in equal measure. Long nights of passion leading to satisfaction on both ends. Men willing to please, women reciprocating. This is also wanting to dress up and live out fantasies. Lingerie, masks, the works. If you're not doing that and you're married or in a relationship, you really need to kind of branch out a little bit, do something different, okay? What's crowning you, that was the recent past, okay? So it's interesting that card leads us to what I call is the breakup card, which is making a decision, which is shows really good for you, Libra. Making a decision and basically breaking up with someone because you realize you have strong feelings for someone, and you know, you're making a decision based on those feelings, or you're realizing that your relationship isn't what you want, and you know, there's something missing in the relationship, which is good sex. So for whatever reason, you may have tried, see, because these are kind of showing up. This showed up before another reading, but then when this card shows up, it's sort of like saying a little bit like there's something missing in your relationship. If you're doing this, then great. But if this is missing, then it usually leads to some breakup or some argument of some sort, because it's like you need to kind of do something different. And a lot of times people get into ruts and they don't change things up, and you know, things get boring. You don't want that. So some of you ladies, especially if you're older, you have, and not everybody, I'm not saying you have to be 100 here to have this, okay? This is like an older woman this is the state of emergency sex card. This is like, you need to have sex, you need to do it immediately, okay? You need to have it like today. This is also for the guys, okay? This is also a quickie, or doing it in a public place, public displays of affection, a desire to want to fuck in a public place, bathroom, or perhaps in a dressing room at a department store. This is to fuck fast and furious, a thrilling ride. This is, like I wrote, an older woman needing to have sex ASAP. Okay, so that's middle of September. Okay, beginning of September, there's a lot of like playfulness stuff going on. You know, you're not really committed. For those of you who are single and just dating, those of you who are in a committed relationship, it's kind of leading to a breakup because it's kind of gotten boring. For the older ladies, you need to have sex. You need to find a way to get it on. That or get a vibrator. That's what I would say. But you know, if you're an older lady, Libra lady, I'm sure you're going to find someone. You just have to go out there and look. So again, we have another card about kind of like a relationship kind of getting a little bit cold. To me, this is emotionally, this is where you're at. So if you're a Libra guy, you're dating a girl, you're into it more than she is, okay? She may be focused on other things. She's looking up at she's looking here like she's had it like having an out-of-body experience. She's looking up at the ceiling, maybe contemplating the tiles on the ceiling, and kind of wondering, oh God, when is this going to be over with? And that's not what the Libra male is thinking, okay? He is thinking, gosh, you know, if only she would be a little bit more into it. This feels really good. She's not even into it at all. There's like really nothing for it. It's like you touch her, but it doesn't like turn her on in any way. It's just like it's a mechanical thing. This also indicates unfulfilled desire. So you may desire someone or you may have the hots for someone, but sort of like your passions are unfulfilled. So it's like an imbalance. It's interesting. You're always talking about balance with Libra, but there's an imbalance in desire, okay? Either you or your partner. Now, you could be a Libra female, and you might just like have a partner who's like really wants to have sex all the time and you really don't. Or you could have unfulfilled desire for someone who's you know, just not around, you know what I mean? Or, you know, you have a fantasy about someone who's you're like really into, and, you know, it's unfulfilled. We're not gonna, it's like you have a fantasy for like an actor or something, and it's kind of unfulfilled. It's like that. It may not just be like you want to cheat on your husband or your partner. It may just be that, you feel sexy and there's some kind of mismatch in the relationship, and or you feel sexy for someone that's not your partner. Now, what's coming in from the outside is this card about getting kind of horned up over food, having things in common. I think of this as having things in common card. And I wrote, propose, do it now. He or she is the one, okay? This is the ultimate woman, a great lover, cook, wife, or mother. If single, the man wants you so badly and dreams about getting naked in the kitchen or you cooking for him / baking for him. This relationship will go far as this is the best partnership, the ultimate romance. If a man, the woman in your life, is Mrs. Right, love up on her. She's ready to take you on the kitchen counter or the floor if necessary. That's what I wrote. So, I feel like this is like another couple. So for some of you, you're going to be meeting Mr. and Mrs. Right. If you're in a relationship, I feel like you're going to break up with that person and maybe meet somebody new, and they will be Mr. and Mrs. Right. If you are already married, this does not apply to you, okay? Unless you were divorcing and you meet somebody else, just before the divorce is finalized or during, sometime during the divorce or even after the divorce. You are very focused, a Libra, on your career, whether you're a guy or girl. I do feel like you're very focused on your career, but this is like a career woman card primarily, okay? So for the ladies, you're very focused on career. You're not as much focused on romance and dating, and you need to get back out there, okay? And the outcome is kind of an odd outcome for you, Libra, because I feel like this is a very hot and cold type reading, which is very Libra-esque. But it's like, on the one hand, you have this Zebra 69, which to me is like the best card in the deck, okay? Fun, playful, everything you could possibly want. Then you also have this breakup card thing going on, crowning you. So, on the other hand, you like want to get out of your partnership. Whatever. To me, it's either you're gonna break up or get a divorce, and then you're gonna go through this period of time where you're kind of just like, I need to have sex, right? And you also may be focused on other things. You may be distracted by career, or you may try to sleep with someone, but it doesn't really do much for you. You may sleep with an ex. And rule number 1, Libra, is do not sleep with an ex. Okay, please, write that on your kitchen like counter or like your fridge or something, and like really like paste it, like tattoo it on your forehead. Not literally, please don't. But I'm just saying. And then the universe is sending you like this ultimate person. So like you're kind of like in the depths of like, when am I gonna have good sex again? And then suddenly you do. Suddenly you meet this like awesome person and you have like this great time. But it seems to me you're still very focused on career. It's still like you're very focused on career, and it may be draining you. I feel like your career, whatever you've chosen for career, it's just taking a lot out of you, and there's really not much left for anything else. So that's kind of an issue. I feel like that's kind of an issue for you. And the outcome is a man or woman who goes out at night to bars or clubs, etc. on dates, who may be cheating at night. If single, this is a person who needs sex at night as they become very lonely at night, okay? So this is kind of the loneliness card. This is where you cry into your pillow and you go, oh my gosh, woe is me. When am I going to meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right? I'm tired of being alone. This is feeling very lonely. So I feel like my counsel to you is, if you meet this person, you have a lot in common, this is Mr. or Mrs. Right. You may not even realize it. See, here's the problem with Libra. Libra, in a way, ultimately always makes the wrong decision. Libra is so smart, okay? Like, hear me out here. Libra is really, really smart. It might even be the smartest sign in the whole zodiac. But the problem is their decision-making skills. It's like they overanalyze. When they're analyzing things for other people, they're 100% accurate. But when they're analyzing things for themselves, they always make the wrong decision. And then they go back and they lament the decision they made. So it's like, to everybody else, it seems like, well, he or she like knows their shit. But like, why are they picking some random person to date or to be with that's totally wrong for them? And the Libra can't see it. The Libra just wants what it wants. Or is blind to the obvious in some ways. Like, it's like kind of blind by, either someone's good looks or someone's other attributes. But it's like Libras are always drawn to like the wrong person, I feel. Libra falls for the wrong girl. Usually if it's a Libra guy, the Libra guy always falls for the wrong girl. And the Libra girl always becomes obsessed with a bad boy, okay? With a guy that's going to treat her like absolute shit and not appreciate her and make her feel like she's dumb. So ultimately, it's just like, I want to say, if you meet someone, Libra, that you have something in common with, like really strong, like you have a lot of things in common, don't blow it off. And don't blow it for yourself, okay? Seriously, like, don't blow it, okay? Let them blow you. I had to say that. I crack myself up sometimes. Yeah, seriously, for you Libra guys, don't let them blow you, but don't blow it, okay? And you need to like propose. You're probably going to meet someone who's very close to being your Mr. or Mrs. Right. Do not overanalyze. They are, okay? If you end up alone, it's not my fault, Libra, because you've overanalyzed yourself into making the wrong decision. And again, I go back to thinking Libra is the one that always picks the wrong doctor. They may know so much about medicine and they make all the great choices, but then they go to a stupid ass doctor that doesn't know shit and they believe every single word that they have to say. And then the Libra gets totally sidetracked and lost down this road of analysis. And it's not the right road for them, but they can't see it, My suggestion, Libra, is get some counsel, okay? Get some counseling, ask people what they think. Don't make the decision. Make the decision to be with someone that's good for you, okay? Really good for you. Don't go for this chick, okay? Don't do it, okay? This is not the right chick for you, okay? This chick is not the right chick for you either, okay? Whoever this chick is. Okay, we got a blonde, wrong chick, blonde, and a brunette. It's just not the right fit. Okay, so Libra guys specifically, really, I feel like, pay attention to if you have things in common. If you have nothing in common, don't go after them. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Other than that, I think for those single ladies, I feel like you may spend some lonely nights towards the end of September going, what am I doing? Why am I alone? You're just working too much. You're working too much. You're working too hard. I think a lot of people are right now. September is going to be a very, I feel like work-oriented, money-oriented month. But at the same time, everybody needs to have sex. Come on, guys. Get it on. Libra, you're like the romance. You're the romancer of the stone of the zodiac. You're the romancer of the zodiac. You've got to get it on. Romance is your forte. It's what you live for. I mean, come on. So yeah. And I'm not trying to depress you. I feel like you just, Libra females, if you just got out of a relationship, or if you're like, you kind of jumped in too fast with someone, it's okay. You will meet somebody else. But if you miss an opportunity to date someone that you have things in common with because you're like, but I really want so-and-so, you're making a mistake. Not that there are any mistakes in life, but I feel like it would be a mistake. That's all. Or I should say a poor choice. And that, as they say, is that. This is a very short reading, but I hope I've answered, I've done as best I can for you, and I've answered some of your questions as far as what's going to happen in September 2015, and for your sex and relationships, your sex life and your relationships. But yeah, if you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I really appreciate all the messages you sent, and I do read everything. And, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos. So thanks so much, guys. I'm going to send you big hugs. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.